Welcome Year 6 to Wednesday. We hope you're enjoying the meme. I'm wondering whether you can associate, are you Adokar or are you To'o? Which one are you? All right, we're going to move into our literacy. So again, we're just doing our literacy contract. Just a reminder that the mini speech is just the writing part of it this week, and the filming is next week. So don't think you have to get all of that done today. Just make sure you're doing our starred activities first, because they are the ones that Mr. Martin and I would really like you to get completed.
Yep, and just remember, guys, put any work that you do just in here in the comments section. If you do something like if you do read works or read theory, maybe just write down on the slides that you did read works or read theory that day, just so Mrs. Moore and I know where to check to just make sure you've done so we know you've done your work. So for shared reading today, we have got another TED talk that we want you guys to listen to. So you can click the link underneath here and watch that TED talk. Now, like we've done before, Mrs. Moore and I have gone through and we have identified the elements of the speech we think are effective, so the language features that the person has used. And we've also said what we think about the actual delivery of the speech was successful. So we've put those down here. Now, you guys need to watch it, read these after, and then on the following slide, there's this question. Outline 2 to 4 different ways that you believe Thomas has been effective in delivering his speech. Provide examples from the text to support your answer. So go through and think as you're doing it, have a look at some of the things we've set up here about what we thought was successful, and see if you can find some quotes, so actual direct things from the speech that will be able to support your answers about why you believe he's been effective in delivering his speech. Moving on to writing.
So today is your last day to complete your body of your speech. So remember, we're really thinking about what are my at least 3 to 4 ideas within my speech? Have I expanded on my ideas? And are my ideas cohesive? Does my speech flow through to make it interesting for your audience? And again, what techniques have I used within each of my paragraphs to make it engaging for my audience? There's no point having engaging and really good introduction if it then gets boring through your body of your speech. So, and again, maybe Mr. Martin and I will have a talk about this in our Zoom meetings. We'll give some examples in our Zoom meetings. So please make sure you come to those Zoom meetings, because that's where we can engage in a conversation with you about the body of your speech. And as we have last week, where kids have asked us to jump onto their doc and have a conversation with them about what they're doing and how we can improve it, Mr. Martin and I are more than happy to continue to do that into this week as well.
Yeah.
Mr. Martin, would you like to add anything to that?
No, I was just going to say, I think that's exactly right. Like, it's all about you guys coming onto those Zoom meetings. We can have a conversation about it. But if you do need the help, put your hand up and we'll be able to help you whenever we can. So now we're just going to move on to for maths today. So we've got some multiplication and some division questions here. So what you will need to do for your warm up, first of all, like we have all week, go on to Study Ladder or Matific, do one task just to get yourself ready just to get your mindset ready for maths.
Can I say, Mr. Martin, I have noticed that there isn't a lot of people going on to Matific. So if you can jump on there, that would be really good.
Just because it's really good, like we would always do in our class, a brain warm up for maths is always really good to get your mindset ready for maths. So what you guys will need to do here is that there is a few questions about a party for 68 people. You need to read these questions here and answer them, putting your answers either into a book and then uploading it, or you can work directly onto the next slide. Oop, wrong slide. Onto this slide here. So the slide after it, read these questions. Think about what they want you to do and what you might need to do. You'll need to use multiplication or division to answer these questions, and then put your answers and your working out as well onto the next slide here. And then that'll be onto religion for our last thing for today.
So in our religion today, we're looking at the Lord's Prayer. And in that video, the lady goes through different lines of the Lord's Prayer and she just explains it in in a way that you can understand what it actually means. So all we'd like you to do is, we want you to watch the video, and I've got a copy of the Lord's Prayer there. And just, Mr. Martin, can you click on that section there?
Yeah, it's right here.
Just in there, we want you to just give 3 examples of something that you learnt from listening to the video. What are 3 things that you now understand about the Lord's Prayer? And again, I just want them written in dot points. You just need to do a dot point there of 3 different things. She goes through a few of the lines and she explains a few of the of what it means. Again, we just want you to summarize and put it into your own words. What do you now understand about the Lord's Prayer?
Yeah, because Mrs. Moore, this prayer that the Lord's Prayer is a very old prayer. It actually comes from the Bible. So the context in which this text was written, this actual speech, is very old. So some of the language in here is quite old as well. And that video helps going through and putting it almost into modern language about what does it actually mean when I'm saying that line in the prayer. So like Mrs. Moore said, just go through, summarize, and give us 3 dot points about what you learned about what some of those lines actually mean in the Lord's Prayer.
It might mean what it means to you. You're like, oh, I didn't realize that. And you can write that down.
Yeah. All right. Well, continue the good work for this week, or for today, Year 6. If you have any questions, like you said, ask Mrs. Moore and I, and make sure you jump on our Zoom at 9:30.
See you later, Year 6.
Thank you, 6. See you later.